Hey Sagittarius, it's Rose from Sacred Waters Tarot, here to bring you your timeless reading for Saggy Sun, Moon, Rising Venus, and of course my beautiful cross watchers. Cross watchers, you know the drill around here, especially if you are subscribed to my channel. You can find out a lot of information about Sagittarius, about your person, especially if there's limited contact, no communication at all, or ghosting going on between you and Saggy. Just keep in mind, guys, this is a general reading. Not everything I say will resonate with all of you. Only take what resonates and leave the rest for somebody else and go on about the reading. Now, with that being said, if this video has found you, if my channel has found you, please consider subscribing. Please like, please share with a loved one. Comment below, guys. I do love to hear from you. Let me know how this resonates with you and your situation. And if you don't want to comment, please consider leaving me your favorite emoji. Okay, guys, in the comments section, I'll have all the information to book a personal reading with me. I would love to read for you and hear from you. And in the description box, I have ways to support my channel as well, and I do appreciate it. Okay, guys, let's get into your timeless reading. This reading is timeless for the sign of Sagittarius. It's what you need to know right now. So whenever this video finds you, like I said, whenever you're watching this, it's divine timing, okay? So what does Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and cross watchers need to know right now? What are the messages for Saggy Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and cross watchers? Spirit, what are the messages for my Saggies, my fiery little Saggies? Let's see what's going on in Saggyville. Okay. All right, let's see. Ooh, so in the recent past, we have your energy here, Aries, Leo, Sag. Eight of Wands. Moving in the recent past, you started something new. It took on great momentum. This could have been a relationship. This could have been a project that you were very passionate about. This could have been just something for yourself, maybe a new workout routine, and you really made strides in the first half of when you started it. And it's growing and it's gaining momentum, and you're very grounded in the energy. You feel good. So if this is a new relationship, congratulations. It got off to a great start, and it's growing and growing and growing. Or if this is just a workout routine or something to do with family or, like a business endeavor, it's taking off. It has taken off like wildfire. Let's see what's going on in the current energy. Page of Pentacles in reverse. A little bit of a wah-wah, but not too bad. Page of Pentacles in reverse is a message coming through the ethers. Now, it can be a child if you have a child who's a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Doesn't have to be. Usually the pages represents messages from spirit. This could be a message that you received somehow, that what you started, you reached like a little bit of a lull. So if you started a new business, maybe you overspent, okay? If you have employees, maybe someone is kind of like taking recognition for something that you did or somebody else did. If it's a relationship, they're not being completely honest with their assets or with their well-being. There may be something wrong with them, minor. But I feel like you're getting this, either you're receiving a negative message right now through the ether somehow, or maybe something's happening around you that you're noticing like the energy is weird and you're feeling like not so great about it as you did here. But this is very positive still. So let's just see what goes on in the future. Five of Cups, sadness, sign of Scorpio. Doesn't have to be. I'm reading for a lot of Sagittarius who you're born on the cusp of Scorpio and Sag. Five of Cups is a very depressing card. I see that you still have compassion for the situation and for whatever happened, but you're upset in the future. You're crying over your losses, and you still have two full cups behind you that which are full of love and nourishment that you need, and it's just, I guess you need to sit with this for a while. Whatever this is, maybe somebody wasn't honest about if they had children or not. Maybe somebody wasn't honest if that they were completely single or not. Maybe you had a bad dream and it came to fruition. Something was taken from you that meant a lot. You might have lost something in the process of this relationship, and now you feel like you don't know what to do. Like you're not able to in the future. I still see you like and this is what happens, kind of like when things, especially like relationships, when they take off so great and it's all hot and heavy, and everybody's on the same page, and it's moving forward, and you're seeing each other every day, and you're taking pictures, and you're doing all these great things, right? All of a sudden, we hit like a little bit of a lull, because somebody's not completely honest, or somebody felt like maybe there was going, they want to go back to their ex, or their ex starts calling them something. In this situation, I'm feeling like you were in a relationship with somebody and their ex creeped back up. In what capacity, I'm not sure. It can be that they have a child together or children together. Okay, maybe you didn't know about it, or maybe you did and you didn't realize the connection was so strong because they have a child together. Or it can be your situation where, the person you were with withdrew from the relationship because they decided they didn't want to be involved with somebody who has children. That happens often. Men and women, they say, "Oh yeah, no, I love kids and it's great." And all of a sudden, when you bring your kid around them, they're all of a sudden they back away. Not at first, but maybe the first 2, 3 times you meet them, and they're like, "No, this isn't for me." And you're left hurt because they told you that they were okay with it, they were fine with it. People change their minds. People lie. People do things like that. So it's something like that. I'm getting like a domestic situation that wasn't really handled properly. This relationship was rushed. Okay, not all the facts were known, and not all the facts were actually. It's like the person you were with or you were involved with, because I'm picking up a relationship. Um, Either they thought they would be okay with it, and then they decided that it's not. They're not okay with it, or you thought you would be okay with it, but then you decided that no, it's not okay because the person that you're with. Um, whether they have children or not, Sagittarius, I don't think you mind, right? Because I know how you are. You're very open and caring and nurturing. Um, Maybe there's a problem with the child's other parent, and in the future, because I see you're getting over something like a matter of the heart. But like I said, you have compassion. So maybe you have compassion for your child or their child or just for the whole situation or whatever. Let's see what's going on here. Give me one more card, Spirit, before I start clarifying here into seeing what this actually is. Death. Yeah. A lot of Scorpio energy. If this was not a Scorpio that you were involved in, then maybe you have a lot of Scorpio placements in your chart, or like I said, you're born on the cusp of Sag and Scorpio. But the Death card is always about a rebirth, a new beginning, a fresh start. So this is really good here. Maybe things will start to work out. Maybe things will start to, you know, emerge again with you and this person if you want to, Sagittarius. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see why Death is here and why the Page of Pentacles is in the upright position in the current energy. It could have been also that you met somebody new, and it's much more of what you want in life, and whatever you have. If you have children or they have children, it's all very harmonious. But I feel like this is more of like a rebirth of yourself, like you're rediscovering yourself through this loss. We always go through a dark night of the soul, which is here, before we have a rebirth. And a rebirth can be very uncomfortable. So this could be you renewing your relationship with this person. I'm not sure yet. Let me see. The Star, you're healing. You're healing from this. The Star energy, strong sign of Aquarius, but doesn't have to be. The Star is a I'm getting a very divine feminine energy who's very in touch with the universe, the earth. They're very grounded in the earth. Like I said, I felt you were very grounded. So you still have yourself, and you're still shining bright like a diamond that you are. So I'm speaking to a lot of divine feminines here who met somebody. Okay, strong sign of Scorpio, like I said, doesn't have to be. Can be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or maybe a Cancer or Pisces. I don't think it's the Aquarius, and the Aquarius energy is the energy that you embody. You might have Aquarius somewhere in your chart, like I said, that you could have it in your moon, or your rising, or your Venus, or you could have a lot of Aquarius in your chart, or maybe you're just in the age of Aquarius and you're just like all about renewal and rebirth. Because I have the Star with the Death card. This is definitely somebody who's on a spiritual path. You are on a path to enlightenment, whether you like it or not. So what I'm feeling is this person came around into your life at the wrong time. Okay? And maybe this is your wake-up call. Maybe this is your awakening. Maybe now you're able to be like, you know what, since this didn't work out and since I'm hurting and stuff like that, I'm going to focus on myself, self-love, self-care, put out into the universe what I'm looking for in a relationship and not what I'm not looking for, understanding that what I ask has to be very specific in my request. And I feel like a lot of you divine feminines are rising up to the occasion where, you know what, you're doing the manifestation work, you're working with the elements, you're very Aquarian, like I said. You could have a very unique look to you. You could look very ethereal. You could look like, let's say you're from one ethnicity, but you don't look like that ethnicity, and your entire family does. So you stand out, not like the black sheep, but black sheep to me is fine. So you're different. You're very eccentric, and people are drawn to your energy. So I feel like whoever you meet, it's all hot and heavy because of your energy is so magnetic, and you represent so many beautiful things that the universe has to offer. I mean, you embody all of that, Saggy. And people, they think they know what they want, and then they get scared, and then they walk away. So let's see exactly what's going on here. Because I love the star and the death energy. So I know we have this in the future here. You might be feeling this already. Based on when you're watching this, is Five of Cups, this not appreciating what you still have, but knowing that, there's an inner knowing here. There's a knowing coming through the ethers here in this reading that the best is yet to come. I mean, I think you're already evolved, but I think, sometimes when we go through a rebirth, like I said, and we think, we're different, and we've evolved and we've changed and we've grown and we've learned. Yes, we have. But sometimes, we'll get hit with like a reality check, just to check in to see if we're, a lot of times these are tests, from our guides or from other people trying to test us. Okay, let's see what else is going on here. Okay, Six of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, I don't like this. Whoever this person is, this energy is that's coming towards you or trying to hold on to you, trying to latch on to you, it looks like you're putting in more of the work. Sagittarius. So you're the one who's giving, and it looks like this earthy person here, or a Scorpio, like I said, is taking advantage of your energy. So, I don't like that. I don't like that at all, because when you have good energy and someone sees that you're nice and compassionate and, you're just a free spirit and you vibrate so high, they decide to pull back, and they feel like, oh, well, Saggy will do this, Saggy will do that. I don't have to contribute as much, stuff like that. Maybe this, like I said, this person could have kids, and they expected a lot of you out of the relationship in regards to, childcare and stuff like that. Whereas if, like, and you're like, well, wait a minute, why are you demanding so much of my time with your children when they have another parent, or anything like that, or just demanding that you do all these things for them, just expecting that from you. They expect so much from you in the relationship when they're not really entitled to expect so much from you, Sagittarius. It's your energy that they want. It's your generosity. It's your compassion. They want all they need. They need it. And, it's not really theirs to take. So let's see what else is going on, Saggy. Oh, sorry, that was my stomach growling. The Hermit in reverse. Strong sign of Virgo. This person could have been a Virgo, but they're a very negative Virgo. And when a Virgo is in their negative energy, let me explain to you what you have. You have a narcissist, okay? So I'm getting a divine feminine energy here of you, Saggy, okay, with the star energy. Then I'm getting a not so divine masculine energy with the Hermit card here, okay? So when Virgo is in their negativity, like I said, they are narcissistic, they are self-serving, they are self-indulgent, and they have no boundary as to what they will say to you or how they say it or what they expect of you in a relationship. They just want, okay? Now, I love Virgo, but in their detriment, every sign has their negativity, you know, their negative traits. This is a very narcissistic energy, a person who feels entitled to whatever you have and whatever anyone else has. Never taking accountability, never repaying. If they do, it's like it comes whenever they're, if they do repay, okay, it comes when it's convenient for them, not when it's convenient for you, not at the right time, when they want to, you know. Usually has strings attached. They violate your personal space. They have a very, very negative way of being manipulated by social media and trusting all the wrong people, believing all the wrong things, and have a very warped sense of what's going on in the world in general. Okay? They don't think like everybody else, and they don't care. And that's what you have here. The Hermit in reverse is someone who you know, pretends they're spiritual, pretends they're all like, you know, about love and light and spirituality, shamanism, whatever it is, whatever it is that you embody. They're trying to mirror that back from you, and they're failing because really they don't know, they don't really even understand. It doesn't make sense to them. They're pretending that it does, but it doesn't. At the same time, they become obsessed with themselves. These people are obsessed with themselves. So you might notice that this Virgo takes a lot of selfies all the time. They're constantly changing their selfies. They're taking a lot of pictures of themselves. They post a lot on social media. They post things that they're not supposed to, and they say things that they're not supposed to say about other people. So I feel like this person put you on blast and talked about you and mocked you and made fun of you and ridiculed you, all for their entertainment, and they don't think they did anything wrong. They were just taking. And that's not a good feeling. That's not somebody you can trust. So while you're on this rebirth, here comes the detour. Because look, you know, I always say this in my readings, and it's very true, and I've heard it before, and I know it's true. The devil will not bother you when you're down the wrong path. The devil energy will not bother you. They will let you hang yourself. They will let you go down the wrong path, because that's what the devil wants. That's what the negativity wants. That's the narcissist. That's what they want. They want to see you lower than them, okay, to feed their soul, whatever part of their soul they have left, very fragmented part of their soul. Okay, so because you're all on this rebirth, and you're really connected to Source, Saggy, and you're really spiritual, and you probably have a lot of gifts like clairvoyance, clairaudience, maybe you know light code language, you know, and you don't know how. So like you're like an ancient old soul, and you have a lot of divine feminine energy, you know, around you and in you, within you, and just all around. And you're very present in the moment. This person is delusional, and this person came along as a test. This is like a karmic partner, karmic relationship that comes in and out of your life, and it's always you giving too much than they give. They're always taking. Like I said, and they violate your privacy. Basically, let's just say, you know, you took a picture together and you don't like the way it came out, but they like the way they look in the picture. So instead of cutting themselves out and then posting it, post away, because that's their whole life, right? Posting all their business and your business, right? They won't cut you out. They'll keep you there, okay? And they'll be showing everybody, you know, look how great I look, or look how great we look. Knowing that you don't like the way you look, knowing that that's not your best shot, that wasn't your best angle, they don't care, because they look fabulous. And even if you say to them, don't post it, they'll do it anyway. Or maybe they won't post it, but they'll be showing everybody, okay? And you could even say point blank, don't share it, don't post it, don't show anyone. And they will twist it up, being, oh no, Saggy, it was only this person for this reason. They'll give you all these reasons, or they just won't. They'll switch the subject. They'll play dumb. They'll be like, what's your problem? I don't understand you, right? That can be very draining, very, very draining, Sagittarius. So for many of you, this is a relationship, okay, with a masculine, divine masculine, that's it's not working out because they're all about themselves, like I said, if they have kids, they expect you to take care of their kids, okay? A little too much, okay? Now, it's always, if you're with somebody who has a child or has children, of course, you take care of their child like your own because that's your partner and that's your person. That's what you should do. But if they're demanding of you and they're sitting back, and they're in the recliner or whatever, you know, doing whatever they're doing, relaxing, right? Having a drink, having a snack, whatever, and they're watching you rear their child and they're not doing anything to lift a finger. Oh no, no, Saggy, that person's got to go. That person is not in love with you. They're in love with your energy. And they're going to use and abuse as much as they can of you and violate you and make you feel bad about yourself when you're just being your authentic self. Because they can't understand the proper alignment that you have and what you embody, mind, body, spirit. Okay? In some cases, this can be a female friend who is very much in their masculine energy. For some of you, that's going to be for some of you. Let me know in the comments, guys, okay? Who is just really like it's more like stress to be their friend than not, Sagittarius. It's they just they leech on, they latch on, and then it's just for their own self-satisfaction. So, I mean, narcissistic friendships, there's really no room for them in this world. Moving forward into, whenever you're watching this, it's 2025 now, but, moving forward into the future, there is no room for a narcissistic friendship, a narcissistic relationship, a negative friendship, a toxic friendship, there's no room for that anymore. Either you go solo or there are many other people out there who will appreciate you for who you are. So you leave it right there. So let's see what else is, because I see you're hurt about this. You're upset. You're annoyed. You're very upset. And you're looking at these two. Well, you're not looking at them yet, but I'm showing you that you should be looking at the rebirth that's taking place with the star energy and how much you've healed thyself and worked on yourself. And this person is blocking your blessings. I mean, they can't block them too much, but this is a powerful card. These are very, very powerful. These are major arcana. It's the star, death, and the Hermit reverse. So we have Virgo, strong Aquarius, strong Scorpio. This is also a Scorpio card here, Five of Cups. I have some Earth, so this is definitely a Virgo, I feel, that you were involved with, and let's where is your energy? Where is your energy, Sag? Because you're not in your own energy. You're not even able to embrace what you still have, which is this healed version of yourself, this beautiful looking, feminine, just energy that you embody, and this beautiful rebirth, constantly reinventing yourself like the phoenix rising from the ashes. And you're not embracing these two special qualities that you have about you. You probably, like I said, you probably are a practitioner, a healing practitioner, or maybe you do divination, maybe you read tarot, maybe you're an influencer, maybe you're a life coach or something like that. You're definitely in the healing arts. You have that about you. Even if you work a regular 9 to 5, that's a business or something like that. Maybe you're your own boss or something, your own entrepreneur. But this person doesn't care what you are. This person only cares about what can they take from you. What can they get from Saggy? Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's see what else is going on here. 9 of Swords. Yeah, this is very, this is giving you anxiety. It's giving your healed version of yourself anxiety. Now, it's not going to last. It's not going to stay. You'll eventually move forward and embrace the 2 cups that are behind you. But you have a lot of anxiety, and I have to tell you, it's coming from the negativity of what this very disturbed Virgo, Hermit in reverse, is spewing out about you. With the 9 of Swords here, I feel like 9 is like a gestation period. So I feel like, you let this person back into your life. You did. You let this person back into your life. It's like an old friend or like, someone you were involved with romantically that you thought things were going to be different this time around, and they're just the same, if not worse. They've regressed. You've grown. You've been enlightened. You're in the 5D. They're nowhere to be found. Okay, they're just like a hollow, narcissistic, dark soul, lost soul. You know, and they violate your privacy, and that's giving you anxiety. I almost called you Scorpio. Like I said, this, you could be Scorpio Sag, you have Scorpio rising. Check out your placements. I have a link in the description box to check out your placements. It's free to know your other placements. It's so important. Let's pull one more card on the Star and Death, and then actually I'm going to put another card on the Six of Cups, Five of Cups. So 2 more cards I'm going to pull. Oh, my deck does not want to shuffle anymore. Okay. Ooh, Strength. Wow. This is powerful. You are powerful, Saggy. You are powerful. The Strength card is all about having mental clarity. The mental clarity to tame the wild beast. So you are more powerful than this Hermit energy, this negative Virgo energy. You're way more powerful than that. Okay? Now, this is interesting because this is masculine energy here. Strong sign of Leo, doesn't have to be, on top of the Star. So I feel like there's somebody better out there for you that maybe, you met, but you didn't think it was going to work out. But they're coming in strong here. Like I said, if you have strong Leo placements, this is your energy. And you're a force to be reckoned with because you're getting all these major cards here. Okay? So I love that. It'll be different for all of you. Let me know in the comments, okay, guys? Because I feel like the Leo energy is very, that could have, Leo season last year could have been when you started to heal and really come into the 5D and really, start to see beyond the veil. That could have been the case for some of you, but you're very wise. You're very connected to source. You're very connected to spirit. Anything you manifest, anything you touch turns to gold. And you also have, you have equal masculine and feminine traits within you, but the divine feminine is oozing out, and it's just really beautiful. Okay. The Hierophant in reverse, yeah. See, strong sign of Taurus, doesn't have to be, can also be Aries. But I feel like this is about how the Hierophant in reverse also in a reading when we're talking about spirituality, and we're talking about how we feel about, like, organized religion or the way we see the world. That is very important in friendships and relationships. It shouldn't define the friendship. It shouldn't define the relationship. But it's important to know how the other person sees the world. And with the Hierophant reverse here, I just feel like you have a very unorthodox feeling about how the universe really works. When I say unorthodox, I don't mean that it's wrong. I mean that it's your way of seeing the world and not what you were taught. So if you were born into organized religion, I could see that you've evolved from that. Okay, you're much more spiritual. Maybe you even left your religion of origin and you're in a new place. But like I said, that shouldn't define a relationship. That shouldn't matter in a friendship or a marriage, as long as it's not brought up too much. As long as everyone respects, like this one goes by every word of the Bible, and whatever their priest or their rabbi tells them, they do. But that's not you. You go by what source tells you. You don't see, the way you see God and feel about God is not the same. It's different. You're at a higher vibration of how you embody the energy of God. Okay, the divine feminine, divine masculine. It's different for you. Okay, and a lot of people are breaking away from what we're taught and what we're forced to believe and what is real. So that's what I feel is going on with you. And this person is so jealous and so angry because they just don't have your gifts. If they were to, do the work and get off the goddamn social media, get off socials and stop watching other people's socials and seeing what you're posting and all this stupid stuff, they maybe could learn and maybe be enlightened that, the universe doesn't really work the way we were told, but they can't. They can't get out of their own head. So you just go on about your business, being your original, authentic self. The chakra systems, Reiki, tarot, astrology, a little bit of everything. Like I said, you look like a healer to me. And if you're not, you have the qualities of a healer. Okay? And you still, you could be, a little religious still, of course. You haven't taken, everything out of what you've learned. but you're really understanding that, you know, God is found within, and this person doesn't have any God within. This person's looking for, that person's lantern is upside down. They have no light. They're looking for your light. So that's what I'm seeing here. But if you left this relationship, it's interesting because I think you have more suitors out there for you than you think. Okay? Because I'm getting strong masculine energy who thinks more like you. Okay? Who's more open to your way of thinking, your way of living, your way of doing things, your way of giving back. You know? And that's a really beautiful thing. So I feel that this Hermit in reverse energy here is a test. Because like I said in every reading, pretty much, and like I say again, like I said in the beginning of this reading, the devil will not bother you when you're down the wrong path. So this was a test. This is a karmic here. Either a karmic relationship or karmic friendship that is over. And you will not engage with this person again. You might hold space for them. You might pray for them. And you might wish them well, but they can't be a part of your future. I'm going to pull a Urban Crow Oracle card for you and see what the messages Spirit has for you. You know, I feel like, Saggy, this is your confirmation that go on about your path, stick to your spiritual beliefs, stick to God and Goddess as you know, and your angels and guides and your ancestors and your ascended masters as you know. Okay? And don't let anyone judge the way you see the world, the way you feel the universe operates, because chances are you're right. Okay? So, you know, it shouldn't, you know, this person's, if it's going to be a problem in this relationship, then this person's not for you and you're not for them. So let's see what the Urban Crow Oracle has to say for my beautiful Saggies, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Cross Watchers. Cross Watcher, you could be the Virgo, the Hermit reverse, wondering, you know, what's going on with Sagittarius. And, you know, it's time for you to get offline. It's time for you to get off socials. It's time to stop taking selfies and open a book, read a book, take a class. That won't be for all of you, though. Here we go. Trickery, number 50. Oh, boy. Huh. So that Hermit in reverse was quite the trickster, huh? The number 50 might be important to you. Maybe you're going to turn 50, or maybe the number 5 is your life path number or something like that. Okay. Let's see what this card has to say. Trickery. Crows are known for stealing another bird's stash and then hiding it. Covering it up with leaves to throw it off its tracks. Trickery brings to your attention that someone may be trying to deceive you. Wow. When trickery appears, it's a signal to be aware, to be more conscious of the actions of those around you, because someone may be trying to employ a bit of deception to get what they want. How much does that resonate, Saggy? Oh my gosh. Okay. Get what they want. Where am I now? Okay. Maybe trying to deceive you. When trickery appears, it is a signal to be aware, to be more cautious, to be more conscious of the actions of those around you, because someone may be trying to employ a bit of deception to get what they want. I'm sorry, I had to repeat myself. If you have a contract to sign, give it a closer look. There may be a clause in there that was not discussed that you may find unfavorable. Trickery takes many shapes and sizes, from the innocent trickery to get someone out of the house so that a birthday party can be prepared for an employer, using their position to get you to work overtime by promising a promotion that will never materialize. Wow. This card may also indicate that your situation can benefit from allowing for some innovative and creative thinking. A little deception for the sake of the greater good may be warranted. And it's page number 51. So we have the number 5 that I saw in the reading once, and I saw 5 of cups. Now I see 50, and now I see 5. You might be seeing 5, 5, 5 a lot, which is a major shift. So you're shifting timelines here. But this was very, very aligned with this reading. This could be some, you know, when I was reading this message in here, it could be someone that you work with, or it could be someone that you have worked with. you know, like an ex-employee or someone that you got a job for, or someone that got you the job or whatever, and they feel like you owe them. Or it could have been a relationship that started out as a coworker or something like that. There's something with work and there's something with what you used to do. That's a connection here, Saggy. Okay? So, yeah, trickery. But like I said, it all happens for a reason. Now you're more grounded, more stable than ever. Oop. Oh my God, the number 29 memory flipped out. Interesting. Memory. I'm not going to read the meaning. I don't have to. But this wanted to flip out. So clearly the Spirit is not done speaking. Number 29 happens to be a sacred number for me. Maybe you're born on the 29th, or maybe you have a birthday around the 29th, or maybe when you were 29, something happened. The 29th degree might be very significant to you in astrology. Listen, go Google the 29th degree in astrology. You know what I'm talking about. But memory here. So I feel like this reading is confirmation of something this person did in the past, and you're walking away from it. In the color orange, which is orange is a road opener. Okay, if you look up orange road opener candle, you will see road opener candles that open the road to new possibilities is mostly an orange candle. So fire up that orange candle, okay, and open the road to new possibilities. And your memory serves you correctly. And we saw that in the reading too. The mental clarity is there. So that's a really beautiful message from Spirit. Spirit had a lot to say today, Sagittarius. So I hope you loved this reading as much as I did. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much. Love you. Bye-bye.